London is a city with a story like no other. It's been around for about 2,000 years. It's faced big challenges but always bounced back stronger. Today, London is one of the world's most important cities. Millions visit every year to see its famous sights and experience its rich culture. But how did London become so special? To understand that, we need to look at its history. London's story is full of exciting events, from kings and queens to wars and peace. From the Romans to today, London has always been at the center of things. It's shaped not just Britain but the whole world. In this journey through time, we'll explore London's amazing past and see how it grew from a small Roman town to a global city. So let's start our trip through 2,000 years of London's history. Our story begins in the year 43 AD when the Romans came to Britain. They chose a spot by the River Thames to build a new town called Londinium. The Romans were great builders, making Londinium an important place with walls, roads, houses, and public buildings. They even built a bridge over the Thames, helping trade and growth. Life in Roman London was quite different from today. People spoke Latin and enjoyed public baths and amphitheater shows. The Romans also brought new foods and ways of cooking to Britain, but Roman rule didn't last forever. In 410 AD, the Romans left Britain and Londinium was abandoned for a while. However, the foundations they laid remained. The Roman walls, roads, and bridge would shape London's growth for centuries to come. Even today we can see traces of Roman London if we know where to look. The legacy of Londinium is still visible in modern London, reminding us of its ancient roots. The Romans set the stage for the city's future development. Their influence is a testament to London's enduring significance. After the Romans left, London went through tough times but didn't stay down for long. By the 11th century, it was growing again. William the Conqueror built the Tower of London in 1066, showcasing his power. Medieval London was a busy, crowded place with narrow, dirty streets and wooden houses. Fires were a big danger, and in 1666, the Great Fire of London destroyed much of the city. Despite these challenges, London kept growing, becoming a center for trade and crafts. Guilds, groups of skilled workers like bakers or carpenters, had a lot of power in the city. They helped make London rich and important. Life wasn't easy for most people in medieval London. Disease was common. The Black Death in 1348 killed nearly half the city's people, but London always bounced back. By 1500, it was one of the largest cities in Europe, becoming the great city we know today. London's resilience and growth during this period set the stage for its future prominence. The 16th and 17th centuries were an exciting time for London, known as the Renaissance period. It was a time of new ideas in art, science, and learning, with London becoming a center for this new thinking. By 1600, the city had about 200,000 people. This was the time of William Shakespeare, whose plays are still famous today. People went to see these plays at theaters like the Globe, which you can visit today. Shakespeare's works helped make English a rich and expressive language. London was also becoming a place of science. In 1660, the Royal Society was founded, spreading new ideas. Famous members included Isaac Newton and Christopher Wren, who designed St. Paul's Cathedral after the Great Fire. The Renaissance saw changes in how London was run, with the power of the monarchy being challenged. In 1649, King Charles V was executed in London, leading to a brief period without a king. When the monarchy was restored, London's growth continued, becoming more modern and diverse. The city's cultural and scientific advancements during this period laid the groundwork for its future. London's Renaissance era was a time of transformation and innovation. The 18th and 19th centuries brought big changes to London during the Industrial Revolution. New machines and ways of working were invented, and factories started to appear. London grew faster than ever before, with nearly 1 million people by 1800. The Industrial Revolution changed how people lived and worked, with many moving from the countryside to London for jobs. This made the city very crowded, and poor people often lived in terrible conditions. Writers like Charles Dickens wrote about these problems in their books. But the Industrial Revolution also brought good things, like new inventions that made life easier. Gas lighting made the streets safer at night, and the first underground railway opened in 1863, helping people move around the growing city. London became the heart of a huge empire, with ships from all over the world coming to its docks. They brought goods like tea, sugar, and spices, making London very rich from this trade. But not everyone benefited, and many people still lived in poverty. The divide between rich and poor grew bigger. London's transformation during the Industrial Revolution set the stage for its modern development. The city's growth and challenges during this period shaped its future. The 19th century, known as the Victorian era, was named after Queen Victoria, who ruled from 1837 to 1901. London became the largest city in the world and the capital of the British Empire. The city saw many improvements, with cleaner streets and new sewers. Grand buildings like the Houses of Parliament and Tower Bridge were constructed. Science and technology made big leaps. The Great Exhibition of 1851 showcased new inventions in the Crystal Palace. Yet many lived in poverty, and children often worked instead of going to school. Reformers like Florence Nightingale worked to improve women's rights. The era's innovations and reforms shaped the city's future. The 20th century brought new challenges to London, with 2 world wars changing the city forever. In World War I, London was attacked from the air for the first time by Zeppelin airships, but Londoners showed great courage, carrying on with their lives despite the danger. World War II was even tougher, with the city heavily bombed during the Blitz. Many buildings were destroyed and thousands died, but Londoners didn't give up. They sheltered in underground stations and helped each other through hard times. After the war, London had to rebuild, with many parts of the city in ruins. New housing estates were built, and the Festival of Britain in 1951 helped raise spirits. The post-war years saw London become more diverse, with people from former colonies coming to live and work. They brought new foods, music, and cultures, changing the face of London. Areas like Brixton and Southall became centers for these new communities. London was becoming a truly global city. The city's resilience and recovery set the stage for its modern development. London's ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity is a testament to its enduring strength. London has grown to nearly 9 million people. It's a mix of old and new, with ancient buildings next to modern skyscrapers. The Shard, finished in 2012, is the tallest building in the UK. London leads in finance, fashion, and the arts. People from all over the world come to work and study here. Hosting the 2012 Olympics showcased London as a top global city, but it faces challenges like expensive housing and traffic. Efforts are underway to make the city greener. London is a city of contrasts, both old and new. It's where many cultures meet and mix. Facing challenges like climate change and inequality, London adapts. It will keep changing, as it has for 2,000 years. London's ability to evolve makes it dynamic and exciting. Its global influence and cultural diversity are key to its appeal. As we've seen, London's history is long and fascinating. From a small Roman town, it's grown into one of the world's great cities. It's been through good times and bad, facing fires, plagues, and wars, but always bouncing back stronger. London's story is really the story of its people. Romans, Anglo-Saxons, Normans, and many others have all left their mark. Today's Londoners come from all over the world, continuing to shape the city's culture and character. London is always changing, but it keeps links to its past. The city's history can be seen everywhere, from Roman walls to medieval churches and Victorian railways. New buildings and technologies add to this rich mix, making London like a living history book. As we look to the future, London faces new challenges, but its long history shows it can adapt and thrive. For 2,000 years, London has been at the heart of Britain's story and played a big role in world history. Whatever the future brings, London will surely remain one of the world's most exciting and important